I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're Two Sisters Southern Cooking. So hey y'all, we are making some French bread in the bread machine. So we're taking the easy route here. Letting the bread machine do the whole work for us, which takes an hour and a half, and then we will move on to the next process, which is a long process, honestly, on this recipe, because it has to set up
For an hour after it proofs for an hour and a half. So this here is 4 ingredients. There is no sugar to feed this yeast because this yeast is not going to be really that big because it is French bread.
Right.
And you want it to keep the water separate from the yeast until it starts to mix, and also keep the salt separate
from the yeast,
because that will kill the yeast.
And we're making this French bread to make garlic bread.
Yes.
Because we're making lasagna tonight.
We're making Elsie's lasagna tonight, so
yum. Everybody's looking forward to it.
They are. I know I am, even though I can't eat it. I love to smell it.
It's a good lasagna.
It is.
I don't like to brag on myself, but my lasagna is really good. Really good. So, all right, so
we're gonna put water in first.
Lukewarm water. All right.
And we're gonna put the flour in. We're gonna make 2 wells on this. One for the yeast and one for the salt. Keep them separated.
This is bread flour. You could use all-purpose flour if you want.
Bread flour makes it more chewy.
Yeah,
we use white lily.
Yeah.
So with that said and done, let's make a little well here for the yeast and a little well here for the salt. So you have 2 eyeballs looking at you. Make sure that the water does not touch the yeast until it's ready to start mixing it together.
All right, we're ready to go. All we got to do now is put it in the bread machine and program it to go.
And we're going to use the dough cycle, which will be an hour and a half to mix and then proof.
And then we'll be back to show you the next step once it comes back out of the bread machine.
All right, see you soon. Hey y'all, so the bread just finished. I'm going to go ahead and take my wedding ring off because I don't want it to get caught in the dough. So I just laid down like a little bit of flour here. I'm just going to spread it a little bit here. And I have a little bit of olive oil here that I'm going to actually put on top of our rolled bread when it is in the pan, and then we're going to cover it up for another hour, and then after that we will bake it. We'll score it and then bake it, but the oil will help with this process. All right, so here is our dough. I'm going to go ahead and flip it out onto our surface. We'll go ahead and divide it in 2. And then after we divide it in 2, then I'm going to roll it out with a rolling pin into a thin sheet, each one, and then we will roll it up. And I'll show you how to roll it. It's going to be like a rolling, almost like a cinnamon roll kind of roll. And you're going to roll it up that way. We have Mom over here today. We haven't had Mom here for a while. In this hot summer, it's really hard for her to get out of the house because of her heart and everything. So it's kind of nice to have her come visit us. So I'm just going to kind of coat this with a little bit of flour. Okay, so we got this nice and coated. I'm going to go ahead and get this separated here. This dough is so soft. Oh my gosh, it is extremely soft. We're going to make this into French bread, which will in turn be our garlic bread for our lasagna tonight. I'm just flouring up. I'm just going to roll this out. Okay, look at that. It just rolls out so smoothly. rolls out so smoothly. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start rolling it this way, just like this. See how that happened? And we'll just go ahead and curl up the ends just like that. Alright, and we'll do the second one here too as well. Just gonna coat this here real quick and roll out our dough. Little air pockets of the yeast releasing. Makes like little gas noise. Okay, roll this up. We'll seal the ends and tuck it under. And then we're going to cover it up with a clean linen cloth. And before I do that though, I'm going to put this inside here. Just like that. That's a long. Let me see if I can marry these together here. Alright. I might re-roll this one here just so it doesn't. We're just going to cover this up with the oil. Just put it over top of it just like that. And this is going to help to get it to rise. Let's set that one aside. I think I made it too long, so I'm going to bring it out here. And just roll this up. Seal this up. And pour the rest of the oil over top of it. And I'm going to take my fingers and just rub it over it. And then we're going to set it for 1 hour. And let it rise one more time. And then we will be ready to bake it. Hey y'all, look how pretty our bread is. Oh my gosh. So I got a razor here, so very carefully I'm just going to score this bread. This helps to release steam and any kind of gases inside of the bread so it doesn't crack the bread. And did you want to do that one? We're going to bake these at 350 for 18 to 20 minutes, and then we will come back in and show you what it looks like when we're done. All right, off to the oven we go.
I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're Two Sisters Southern Cooking.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.